Hello and welcome to the Rebel Ring here in Austria, where the stage is set for ZRL Z2 round 1 of preseason. It's time for the drivers to take on this 4.3 km track with only 10 turns. And I might not be the voice you expected today, but I'm your other boy Z1 Racer, and tonight I'm a Z2 commentator, so very excited to do this job for tonight. So going through the drivers, we have ZRL Andrew in the Mercedes. We got Jason Hayden in the Haas, Aqua Vivid in the Alpha, Radius in the Ferrari, Luffy in the Aston Martin, Jerler Killer in the Alpine, Jack Amowix Chip, who's actually the ZRL owner, in the Mercedes, in the other Mercedes. And then we have Bass, former Z1 winner in the Red Bull. We got Expert in the McLaren, NVT Garrison, who's actually a Z1 commentator. We got Drepo in the AlphaTauri, and then Ben, who's another former Z1 race winner, with his old teammate Bass in it as well. So I'm just going to get these details going. Alright, who's going to be first? It's going to be the McLaren of Expert. So, going into turn 1 then. Down the first DRS straight. There's 3 DRS straights here in Austria, so it's a very interesting track as you're going full throttle for most of the time, as he is purple sector 1, not very hard to do as you are the first man out on track. Following behind him though is the I think that's the Alpine of Killer towards turn 4 now. Very tricky corner, want to get on the power very early. He's got the battery though. Now he's going down the hill through the double left. Once again through the left now, as we get a terrible camera angle. Purple again. Up the crest. Through the final corner. And what 4 time is it going to be? He's going to get the line coming up him very quickly. And it's going to be a 105.9 for Expert. And it's going to be Killer coming across now. And it's going to be a 106.0. So that's actually a very close gap. And behind them is a Red Bull. I'm not sure if... Oh, and Ben goes fastest by 1/10 of a second. This is absolutely brilliant. We have the top 3 separated by 0.2. And we got ZRL Andrew just a bit back. We're still all very close in the top 3. Anyone's got a chance for pole there. But Bass, 105.7. It's a Red Bull 1-2. Currently here in Austria. You can say top 4 now, just under 0.4 of a gap. And we got Radius with an absolutely brilliant lap time of 17 seconds off a 105.7, which was set by Bass here. And we have a Mercedes that is going to cross the line. It's going to be Jack across the line to... Never mind, he's going to start his lap now. So we'll go on board through turn 1 very fast from him. Oh! He's round in the Mercedes. He spun at the exit of turn 1. And instead we'll look at Garrison, who's just invalidated actually. And that's the Mercedes by of Jack's teammate, ZRL Andrew. Is Garrison going to try to get a cheeky toe from him maybe down the straight? Here we go then. We will go on board for the race or of Garrison now. And he's getting a slipstream, but he's been... Oh! He's been blocked there by ZRL Andrew. ZRL Andrew, I'm not sure if he was on the lap, but he just got pushed out the way by Garrison. Garrison might even have front wing damage here. We can check coming up to turn 3. No visual damage, but Jason Hayden, 155. So, and Radius, didn't realise, goes P3. So the Red Bulls have been outshined by the Haas and a Ferrari. We're going to see, I think Garrison is on a lap. So is Jack. We're going to see Jack. Nope, he has set a Sector 2 time of a 107. We're going to look at Garrison then. He's got ERS. He is running out of fuel though. It might be a question if he's going to come in to the pit lane. And he is coming into the pit lane there. The AlphaTauri of Drepo maximizes the track on entry and exit. Very nicely done. Just don't want to invalidate here. Once again, flicking it in. It's all about keeping the speed, not invalidating here. He's done very nicely. And towards the 2 final corners where, once again, it's very easy to invalidate. This could be a race 1 of time penalties, as it did in Season 1. Here in Z1. And towards the line now, DRS open. And it's going to be a 147. That is 8 tenths faster than GSM Hayden. That is a lovely lap. And you see carbon fiber there from Garrison's and Andrew's collision. I'm not sure if there was a 5-place grid penalty there from that collision, but we shall see for the race. We've got a 50% race coming up after these 11 minutes of qualifying, but that is a absolutely lovely lap from Drepo there. Absolutely fantastic. 104.7. We've got Jack going P9, the last of the ones who've set a lap. That is not a great lap. He's 1.9 seconds off pole, but I think he's going to go again. So there we go. The owner of ZRL, this is up the hill. He's more than 1.5 tenths up on his time. He got a little bit of a slipstream from the Aston Martin there. Now down to the Mercedes hunting ground. And why is his DRS stuck closed? I don't know if that's a glitch or his DRS was not open and it said he did not have it available. But we keep going though. We will see how Sector 2 time is. He has a Sector 2 time of a... Yeah, I think his DRS broke. Or something happened. He might have backed off. He hasn't invalidated that. Oh, there's a McLaren round. McLaren round Sector 2 into 3. And that is the McLaren of Expo. He's not got a teammate today. But he has spun there. And the Red Bull goes past of Ben, I think. Yeah, Ben looking to complete his lap here. He won the race here. The sprint race here. In Season 1. He's going to come up to the line now, and it's going to be a 155, which is going to keep him in P5, so it's going to be a 105.5, which will keep him in P5. That's a lot of 5s. And his teammate, Bass, just starting his lap now, back in the Red Bull, as he was back in Season 1, with the same teammate actually. He's got a race win under his belt, and he might be shooting for one today. Aqua, Lofty, and Garrison, yet the only people not to set a lap time as Bass matches his previous Sector 1 time. Towards turn 4 now, the downhill corner. I wonder if Drepo will come out again, because he's on pole by quite a big margin. I'm not sure if Hayden can beat that, or Bass. We're going to see what Bass can do in the middle sector. There's a Haas going slow. That is Hayden, actually. Bass 3 tenths up. That could give him front row. Ooh, don't invalidate, mate. Now, towards the final 2 corners, he is going to go. He's going to keep it very tightly through the next corner, on the power, and across the line. It's going to be a 154. Still 7 tenths off Drepo, who's done a lovely lap, and I don't think he will come out anytime soon. But yeah, Bass goes P2. As Garrison, we've missed his lap, unfortunately, goes P4. So the battle for the front row is on. You've got P2, P3, P4, P5, and P6, all 4 tenths off from that front row, 2 of which are Red Bulls. So the Red Bulls are looking strong today with the Swedish driver lineup. And oh no, that is GSA Hayden, who's come together with Bass. I'm not sure if Bass will also have it. That will be very unfortunate for him. No visible damage for him. But yeah, GSM Hayden with a 5-place grid penalty. That's going to be very unfortunate. Now I think the stewards will have a look at that. Alright, oh, we've got Drapo on a lap in the AlphaTauri. He's gonna not improve. I think he's now on his flying lap, so we'll take a look at it now. We're gonna go on board for the entire lap towards turn 3 now. This is, or turn 2, however you want to see it, as turn 2 is just a kink, maxing out at about 312 kilometers per hour. Braking lovely, getting onto the power nicely as well, you gotta say, from him. Purple, Sector 1, he has improved already, which is absolutely brilliant from him. He might even extend his pole position time here, you know. Towards the double left, there were yellow flags for a slow-moving Red Bull. That has started to go, though. Now, towards the final 2 corners, he is going to go. He's going to keep it nice and tightly, just like Bastard. Run out all the way, even a bit more space. And it's going to be a 1:45 improvement by 2/10, and that is an absolutely lovely lap from him. And I think one of the Red Bulls, or Ben, he's a 10th up on his time. He's going to look to make, to jump ahead. He only has to improve by like 1.5 tenths. If he improves by 3 tenths, that will move him up 2 positions, as it's all very tight up there in the top 6. Not, of course, including the pole sitter right now, Drepo, who's in the prime position for him. As Ben goes purple, Sector 2, that's an absolutely lovely sector from him there. He's 4 tenths up. That might even put him on the front row, you know. So has he been saving the best for last? Just don't invalidate, and he should be on for not pole position, sorry, P2 this is. Foot to the floor now, and it's going to be a 1:05.5 P3, so it's a Rebel 2-3, as it is extremely tight. You see Bass 8 tenths off Drepo, Ben 9 tenths, and Hayden just under a second off. Jason Hayden, he's got the 5-place grid penalty, so he wants to get himself as high as possible. And there is a Alpine that is starting its lap. Jack still has not set a competitive lap time, I think. At least I don't think that's a competitive lap time. Speaking of someone, I think Jack has just come round. He has. So it's now or never for him. He might come into the pit lane and bring on a new set of tyres, but nope, he is going to go for it. This is going to be one of his only chances. He won't have enough ERS for another lap, unless if he backs off. Here we go then. On board with Jack towards turn 1. DRS enabled. He might get a small tow from his teammate who's up ahead, which was lovely done by the Mercedes crew, I must say. He's maxing out at about 320 compared to who was, I think, Ben's 312. So quite a big difference. He also improved by 6 tenths, so that is a lot better than his previous sector time. He's going to go towards turn 4, which is a Mercedes favourite hunting ground. Through the turn now. 5 tenths up through sector 2 this is, and it's looking to be a lovely lap as his teammate is looking to give him a tow. His teammate is not getting out the way. Oh, he is. Very last minute from ZRL Andrew there, who's only P10, so he might do a lap after this, and Jack might give him the teammate there. So teamwork by Mercedes is on point today, I must say, as when Andrew goes to start his lap and Jack finished his and put Jack still stays P12 though. Andrew's going to get a lovely slipstream though off him. That was not a lovely slipstream at all, if I'm honest. And Andrew has invalidated. Radius goes P3, but it's going to be P2 after it. Bass improved by 2 tenths. Still P4 though. So Radius is going to be on the front row due to the 5-place grid penalty. And someone is coming out though. 3 minutes left to go in the session. We have NVT Garrison coming out of the pit lane here to try to improve on his P6. He doesn't have to improve by a lot to move up the order. We have Aqua Vivid just came into the pit lane. Expert is I think on an in lap as he was quite a bit down. Andrew is invalidated and Jack is in the pit lane. And that's invalidation for this and next lap, I think, for Andrew, unfortunately. It is, so he will not be able to set another lap time. That is not enough time to come into the pit lane and back out. Currently on a lap, though, is Radius, unless I think he'll be coming into the pit lane. No, I don't think he will. He will complete his lap, this is. Through the fast lap, very nicely done. Probably the nicest we've seen all evening from Radius, that is. And he's going to start his lap now, actually. Through turn 1. Oh! That's just tickled the throttle a bit too much there. As he got disqualified. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. He'll be starting at the back of the grid. Mate, he was only standing there for 5 seconds. That is very... Oh, that is very unfortunate. Which means it will be a Rebel 3-4. Oh, that is just the game being stupid. That is super unfortunate for him. Killer improves by pretty much nothing. I think it will be P8 for him at best. Expert coming out of the pit lane. Garrison is on a lap. We got to see this. He's improved by a tenth. Oh, was that Jack's AI? Does Jack won't have enough time to set a lap time though, so he will be starting P11, last of the people who have set a lap time. Garrison then towards the 2 left. There's a Haas that's round, but it's managed to get going. This is going to be very nice. He might even go for a lap after this purple sector too. Absolutely brilliant sector, just like Penn. We see that most people that aren't maxing out on the straights are having a brilliant sector too. Drepo has retired, but he will have pole position. And Garrison through the final corner, just don't invalidate. Yep, lovely. And might even be P3 for him. And it will be P3 for him. And that's going to be P2 after the penalty on Jason Hayden. Bass goes down to P5 as Killer. You know, I said it P8 at best. He just goes P3, saving the best for last. And that will be P2 on track, as I've said many times. But he seemed to have spun it on the exit of turn 1, actually. Ben does go a bit wide at turn 4. Now, I think this is going to be qualifying over, as there's still a few cars out on track, but most are going to finish up now. Ben is going to come through the final corner and into the pit lane. And we have donuts. We have donuts. Expert, he's on a lap. He's improved. Dennis has joined as well, so he'll be starting P13. We'll have 13 drivers on the grid then. Let's hope that's not something to say for the race. Through the final 2 corners then. And he's going to go across the line. And it's going to be P7, moving up 1 position ahead of Aqua Vivid. However, there is a Alpine just coming into the pit lane. There is a Haas out on track, but he has finished. So remember, Jason Hayden has got that 5-place grid penalty. He's got that 5-place grid penalty, which will hurt him, I'm afraid. But it's a long race. It's going to be 36 laps, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you've made yourself comfortable. And, yep, we see Jason Hayden in the chat, right? That's unfortunate, mate. I didn't catch it on stream, but yeah, the game with 5-place grid penalties in qualifying is a bit stupid, I must say. Why is this taking so long? Oh, Dennis, who's on PlayStation, has come out, and now we have to wait for the entire time for him to finish the lap. So we might as well have like a run through of the lap. Turn 3, very hard turn. You got to brake early and not crash, like Nico Rosberg and Hamilton. Turn 4, downhill, so braking is very tricky. Another tricky corner, but good for overtaking, as you can run it out right wide, not too wide. These next 2 corners are all about keeping momentum and making the track as wide as possible. Not maximizing track entry or apex. Definitely not exit from him though. Here, don't invalidate. Right on the line. Perfect from Dennis there actually. As he's going to go across the crest with the number 69 car. Through the final 2 corners. Don't invalidate. That's where we'll see a lot of the penalties. Jesus, missed the apex by a landslide there. Yeah, we see other people in chat just like Radius. Mate, that was super unfortunate. You were only standing still for 2 seconds. Would have been P2, I think. Yes. Alright, so we shall be... Oh, what? Oh, shit. Don't tell me AI is on. Don't tell me we'll have AI racing. Yeah, saw that Radius. The game just didn't want you to have a chance in qualifying. Could have been front row for you, definitely, but pole position has been secured. As I wonder why the AI have showed up. As apparently you can't hear any game audio, so I will fix that in the race. Just got a message on Discord. Anyway, finishing order then, we got Drepo at his home race actually, finishing P1, then P2, it's going to be Killer, it's going to be a P2 and 3 Canada, then P4 and 5 is going to be all Swedish in the form of Killer and Garrison for Canada, Bass and Ben for Sweden. Finishing up the rest of the grid, we have Xbox Expert in P7. We'll actually have JSM Hayden in P7, Aqua in P8. Aqua P9, Xbox P7, Andrew P9, and I missed the rest. So, people in chat, I want to see your predictions for this race. I'm gonna say the man on pole position, what was he called again? God, this is the problem with starting a new series, right? You don't know what anyone's called. Anyway, but loading up then, here, ladies and gentlemen, and it's raining. Ladies and gentlemen, does that mean we have seen some interesting games played with the setups in qualifying to get more downforce? Remember, some people had great setups in Sector 2, Garrison, Ben. Those people might have a slight edge in these conditions if they change their setup. They sacrifice qualifying for the race. This is going to be very interesting, and also how these new and experienced drivers face each other. Here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. It's a good start for the Alpine. No, never mind. It's going to be Drepo up and away as the Mercedes doesn't get off well. Oh, and there's an Alpine round. Radius has made his way up. Jack and... Oh, there's a McLaren round. Oh, dear. Jack makes contact with the McLaren. He's not going to be too happy about that. NVT Garrison in P7 looking to make a move on the Aston Martin, on the Haas, that is. The 2 Red Bulls going side by side, 2 Red Bulls making contact, the Haas spinning the Red Bull, the Mercedes being collected up in that, and it is all chaos down at turn 3. Remember what I said in qualifying, that corner is going to be tricky, especially in these conditions. We have Loffy, who made his way up to P3 in the Aston Martin. Oh, Radius left, so he is now in control. Loffy not with the best of exits. Oh, and he's been tagged onto the grass by Ben. Ben getting a bit of karma back from P3, or turn 3 even, as there's all very stressful. I'm gonna get everything up and running. Detail position change. So in terms of position changes, we have Radius who's made up 3 positions, and Bass who's lost 7 positions. That's not great. As Loffy comes into the pit lane, so does he have a front wing damage, or is he changing onto a different compound of tyre? Well, we will see right about now what tyre he will go on. As there's a move going on. Dennis looking to make a move on the Haas, and Garrison looking to make a move on Ben. Down the inside into turn 3. Lovely move side by side on the curbing. Ooh, not the best of exits. Predicted pit stop strategy, and it seems like it's going to be wet throughout. Powered by AWS, of course, so take it with a grain of salt. Yellow flag up ahead. Oh, something's happened. Turn 3. Just what I said. Jack is out. Mercedes have come together. Well, we can see what happens if we're on board with Aqua Vivid here. We can see that... Oh, he just got beached. Such a shame. And it is no safety car though, as we will... It is a safety car. Jesus Christ, I've just jinxed that. Jack, I'll see you in the commentary box for a sec, mate. Are you out? I don't know. It does not say DNF. He is moving. Never mind. He is moving. So that is a safety car, which gives me some time to fix the audio prodigy. Don't worry. Settings. Alright, there you go. And it's going to be Jepro leading by 7 seconds. Get this man in Z1. This guy is insane. I've been kicked out. It's my AI controller. Alright, and that seems like a Delta glitch there in turn 3. Very unfortunate. As we get the predicted pit stop strategy once again by AWS. So as I said before, take it with a grain of salt. We have people in the pit lane for fresh inters. I don't know why. We've only been racing for a lap. But whatever. And there is a Alfa Romeo round under safety car. Interesting. Alright, Bass back up to P7 after losing 7 positions. Ben P2, so it seems like he is leading out of the 2 Red Bull pairings. Then we have Jason Hayden, who actually came back quite nicely after his 5th place grid penalty. Then we have NVT Garrison, who started P4, I believe, or P5. No, he started P3 actually, so he's lost a position. Dennis, who started at the back, made up a ton of positions, 8 positions. Actually, let's take a look at this. Details. Position change. Look at this. Yeah, so Dennis and Radius both made up 7 positions. And it's going to be Killer, who's lost 9 positions off the start. And I think he's got front wing damage. He's going excessively slowly. And even after only a lap and a half of racing, the field is very spread out due to the carnage that ensued at turn 3. But safety car has picked up people, and now I see why Jack and Garrison don't like the safety car. It is quite boring, and as they say, it is ZRL nap time. So I'm gonna give you some track details. So the track was first built back in the 70s. When Niki Lauda was racing. Then it was off the calendar for about 20 years until it returned for the turbo hybrid era in 2014, where the Mercedes dominated the race. Actually, in 2014, it was between the Mercedes and the Williams, where the Mercedes came out on top, even though... And it's where Valtteri Bottas got his first ever podium here. Turn 1 has been renamed in 2019, Lauda Kurve, after Niki Lauda passing away in 2019, which translates to Lauda Curve. So turn 1 is called that, and it's got the shortest amount. It's got the least amount of turns out of any track, and it's not the shortest track due to Monaco, but it is the shortest real track, as Monaco is a street circuit. Through the Lauda Curve now as they go, just when I finished talking about it, so well done guys. And now that the safety car has come out and the race will obviously take longer, does that mean we'll see some gambles on slicks for the last couple of laps. That would certainly spice up the race here. In Austria, not Australia, Jesus Christ, Austria. Alright, lap 5 out of 36. It's going to take a while for the safety car to come in, as Aqua Vivid is 43 seconds off the pack. So leading, Jepro, who's absolutely stormed off, his lead demolished by the safety car. And then Ben in P2, Jason Hayden recovered brilliantly in P3, NBT Harrison just chilling in P4, Dennis, who's also recovered brilliant, as has Radius. Bath lost a couple positions out from the start, as well as Expert and ZRL Andrew. 5-second time penalty, severe collision under safety car. That's got to be under weaving, I'm guessing, or warming up the tyres, which you shouldn't really do with Inters. Luffy P9 in the Aston Martin, Jack P10 after his spin, and ZRL Andrew, who's just gone a 5-second time penalty, goes into the pit lane, mate. You can't serve it. Oh no, you can serve it under safety car. So into the pit lane goes, and then it's going to be Killer in P11 and Aqua Vivid plumb last, 40 seconds off the pack. And yep, there is the 5-second time penalty that has been served. Nice, and it will be a front wing change as well for ZRL Andrew. Very nice pit stop. Will he come out ahead of Aqua Vivid though? It's going to be close. Aqua Vivid going at the full speed. ZRL Andrew with that inside line though. It's going to be close, and it's going to be Aqua Vivid who just comes out ahead. Well, that was actually quite a big difference there. In terms of penalties, everyone is cleared. And safety car is in at the end of this lap. So Jepro will have to defend from an absolute army behind Ben. He knows how to handle a safety car restart. He's done this thousands of times. Jepro, unexperienced, but I reckon he knows it just as well as Aqua Vivid and ZRL Andrew are going to catch up, as these guys are going incredibly slowly. You can see they're struggling with tire temperatures, which is very interesting in the way. Even though it is cold, it should be easier to get temperature into the Inters. And has he gone? He has gone. He's gone very early, has Jepro. And Ben has been left rooted to the spot. He can't follow him, trying to put traction down. In fact, he might have to look behind, actually. No, he isn't. And Garrison is going to look to make a move. There's a move happening behind Luffy on Expert. He flies past him, quite frankly, as there is nothing happening. Oh, side by side between, it was, I think, Killer and Jack. Oh, Jack up ahead, looking to make a move on Expert. Side by side from the two. Already used a lot of his battery, has Jack. He's going to try to make it round the outside, and he's got it done brilliantly. Dennis getting past Garrison. Ben dropping back. Look at that. It's 3 wide in the background. Absolute brilliant stuff. Look at that. Still 3 wide. Side by side. The Ferrari down the inside. Kamikaze attack from Radius. And when he gets past Dennis, absolutely brilliant. The AlphaTauris seem strong in P1 and P5 currently. This is letting Jason Hayden, Ben and Jepro fall away as the Ferrari got tagged. It is chaos back here. Absolute. Oh, there's an Alpine off. I don't even know what to say, as it's all come. The Alpine just went straight off there. Missed its braking zone, or I don't really know what's happened. Oh, side by side between Jack and Garrison, the two commentators for Z1. Switchback from Jack. Absolutely brilliant stuff from you, mate. Still could not get past though, I'm afraid. Fastest lap from Jeppo there. Absolutely lovely. And Jason Hayden might make a move as Radius. Gonna try it around the outside. Switchback though. That might be a warning. Gets past Jack. Jack is gonna get swallowed up by Luffy as well. And maybe even his teammate, that is. Absolute chaos here. And ZRL Andrew, only after 1 lap of racing, has depleted over 60% of his battery as it goes down the inside, putting it to good use to win that teammate battle though. And a bit of bump drafting there from Jack, who saved up a lot more battery, still used a lot though. And he gets past ZRL Andrew, side by side from these two Macs. Absolutely great stuff to see. As, don't worry guys, it's not over. To the inside, this is absolutely brilliant racing from the two Mercedes. Oh, almost looked like Jack would crash into his, as Jason Hayden gets ahead of Ben on the exit. Ben seeming like he's struggling with traction, as Bass got ahead of NVT Garrison off the restart. Chepo, fastest lap of the race, 1:39. This is absolutely brilliant from him so far. He's driven a flawless race until now, done everything he could, but we wait and see, as we're only lap 9 out of 36, still a long way to go, including pit stops, but he is pulling away. We're going to see Jason Hayden was about 8 tenths off in quali. Seems like all gaps have stabilized out. Closest right now is NVT Garrison on the back of Bass. As I say that, he drops off quite a lot, and is actually now going to be Bass on Dennis. AlphaTauri seem like the contender though for the Constructors Champion and Drivers. However, this is all only pre-season, as we are filling up Z2, so make sure to join the Discord to get yourself in the racing position here in ZRL, and you might compete with Jeppo for the win here in Austria or in the next coming races. Caps have calmed down a bit. Ben has closed back up to Jason Hayden, but I think he's just a bit too quick for him. Bass staying close as well, so is Garrison. Radius dropping back a bit. Should have been on the front row, but he got disqualified unfortunately. Is there a move going on? No, there's no move going on. These three though, absolutely nose to tail. The AlphaTauri, the Red Bull and the Williams. We won't see any team orders here in ZRL though, don't worry guys, as it might be Bass to make the move down the inside. Great stuff, as we get the shittiest camera angles of camera. Oh, there's he wouldn't let go of him. That is a bit annoying, that like there's super glue between the wheels. This is brilliant from these two drivers though, the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull. No team orders. Bass on the curb, Garrison looking to get involved. Ooh, this battle is going to keep getting spicier and spicier, as the Ferrari's closing in, the Aston's closing in, the Mercedes is closing in, and it's a short lap around here, so we're going to get back onto the straight in only about a corner's time, as both Red Bulls could be looking to make a move. Oh, Bass, not a great exit. Garrison looking to make a move possibly. And that is Dennis trying to break the toe, but nothing. Bass powers past him. Oh, there's contact. 300 compared to, well, we didn't see, but he's going to try it around the outside, side by side. Garrison might just sneak through. Lovely stuff from Garrison. Come on, mate. You can get him as well. Lovely stuff. Bass drops down a position, though, and he's going to have Radius right behind him, challenging him, and he got past Radius, maybe even on MVT Garrison, showing that he had quality pace. It's a shame he got disqualified. But he's now side by side, which allows Dennis a small breathing gap. But Garrison is going to close right back up to him. And Bass has spun, I think. He's dropped down from P5, battling with P4, down to P10. Garrison, though, still right behind the AlphaTauri. We're going to see this AlphaTauri rear wing for a long time. Jeppo goes fastest again. Ever since the restart, he's gone faster and faster. Just very minor changes here. We go then. There might be two overtakes happening. Look at that. Dennis just powers past. He's got more areas to play around with. And killer 3-second time penalty. Track limits. I told you track limits around this place are brutal. And Killer might be able to make a move. However, we'll keep on the Williams and the AlphaTauri. There's contact between them. Side by side towards 10-3. This has been a trouble for past drivers. Once again, it's defensive, and once again, Garrison gets a better exit. Oh, safety car. And that is a car. I'm not sure if Vivid is dead or... No, he is moving, just without a front wing. And I think we will see pit stops right about now, because I want to say... What did it say for the pit window? Lap 18? So, pitting a couple laps early, I think, for the Inters is fine. We will see, though, what Jepro does. And he is not pitting. Surely Hayden will pit. I would pit right in this situation. Best thing you can do. Oh! Dennis, drive-through penalty, speeding under safety car. Yeah, that thing is brutal. And he can't serve it under safety car. And he knows it. No, surprisingly, no one's going into the pit lane. Are they going to try a no-stop? Oh, never mind. Luffy, in my opinion, the right thing. Pit, because you won't have to pit again. Bass stays out, Expert stays out, Killer stays out, Aqua's gonna have to pit. So, you know, don't put your money off Fluffy here, even though Jepro's a lot faster. Pit window's only in 5 laps, and that's like right when the safety car will come back in. And once again, it is ZRL nap time here. Here's the pit stop then. Front wing change. Nice and easy. So Dennis does have that drive-through penalty. So as soon as the safety car comes in, he's gonna have to defend. Garrison, he's not doing too well in this race. He's dropped down 2 positions. Real shame from him, but I think he can crawl back. But once again, I don't know why no one is pitting. I would pit. It's like 4 laps before the pit window, and you might as well pit under safety car and lose less time. Oh, I think the Haas tried to fake to go into the pit lane. As I think safety car will be in on lap 14 to 15. And pit stop, I want to say lap 17. Maybe they extend this first stint. As now it's only Aqua Vivid, who's had better quality pace than race pace, but don't count him out. He's had a bit of unluckiness for this race so far, but there's still a long time to go. Might as well look at penalties now then. And stops. You can see ZRL Andrew, who's made 2 pit stops. He's going for the 3 stop apparently. Killer, who's made a stop. Luffy, who's made a stop. And Aqua Vivid, who's done 2 pit stops. In terms of penalties, Dennis, as we know, has a drive-through penalty. And surprisingly, only 1 person has a 3-second time penalty. And that is in the form of Killer. And I hope safety car will be in at the end of this lap. So Aqua, can you hurry up, please? Oh, Garrison, don't get a warning on the safety car. Don't do that. And unfortunately, safety car won't be in this lap unless it's a very late call. So we will have to wait 1 more lap time. And Garrison is in chat. So Garrison, what do you do during a safety car? During the safety car period, because I don't really know what to do here. Bass, 5-second time penalty. Oh, severe collision with Jack. Oh, mate, that's... He's going to have to pit on the safety car. Although he will get that fresh set of tyres, so... Sleep. Yep, mate, I've said it's ZRL on nap time. So Bass, what I would do right now is, if I was Bass, I would come into the pit lane this lap and try to lose as little time. So pretty much overtaking everyone on pit entry. As safety car will be in at the end of this lap. Yep, as we see safety car in at the end of this lap. Instead of defending from Ben, this time Jepro has to defend from Hayden. As Hayden going side by side with him, doing the max crash start as Luffy just overtook someone. We see the Aston Martin safety car there. You know what will be a cool function if you can ride on board the safety car? Oh, Bass has got his penalty. So, I don't think Dennis can go in this lap. I think he'll have to go in next lap. Oh, come on, lads. 5 seconds of a collision. Penalties have been amazing until now. And once again, Jepro with an absolutely stonking restart. Hayden's going to use his battery just as Jepro, I imagine. Yep. As we will, however, focus on behind, because that is where the overtakes will happen, I feel like. As there's a AlphaTauri of Dennis got his penalty, remember, went wide. Garrison will be looking to make the move now. Down the inside. Oh, okay. I think Dennis used a lot of his battery there. No overtakes happening. Jepro already got a 8/10 gap and more building. We're going to see a lot of people into the pit lane in the next coming laps, I believe. I don't think anyone is going to try the no stop here. 2 Mercedes though. Still in P7 and 8 with Bass behind. Bass just had an unfortunate collision, which gave him 5 seconds, and before that, where he crashed fighting with Dennis. Not sure if that was his fault or he came together. Oh, Jack, big slide. That's going to invite Bass in. No, Bass is way too far behind. Instead, Jack's teammate is going to look to make the move down the inside. That could end badly. Nope, he made it brilliantly. There's AlphaTauri into the pit lane. That must be Dennis, and ZRL Andrew gets through Radius, and Bass gets past Jack. Radius, though, we know he has insane pace as he showed in qualifying. I reckon he can be one of the contenders to climb back up the field. As you see, Jepro only got a 1 second gap, so not as big as last time out on the safety car restart, but there's been less chaos, so that might be one. And we see here the Aston Martin of Luffy, Killer, and Expert all fighting as Bass on Radius. I just completely jinxed Radius there, forget what I said. Gets past, he's struggling with pace and DRS and traction even. He's struggling with pretty much everything. Down the inside goes Jack. Jack, ooh. Radius slams the door shut there. He does not want to lose any more positions. Maslow does have that 5 second time penalty. As Jesus, my throat is starting to hurt. We're coming up to halfway through this race now. Not much going on right now. Just everyone trying to probably extend the first stint a bit. Dennis is 10 seconds off the pack due to his drive-through penalty. Oh, Ben might look to make a move on Jason Hayden. On the outside, mate. Never take a Red Bull around the outside. Luffy makes a move on Expert. Radius might be looking to make a move on the Red Bull of Bass. We all have get a drink next safe. I will do prod. I will. Question if there will be a safe car, mate. I've got water about 5 meters away. So we've got a prediction in from Prodigy, the old man who won the Season 1 race here actually, and Radius and Bass fighting away full P6 and 7. That was on pit entry, never mind. They were not fighting. Yeah, so Prodigy, the season 1 winner here for the race, as Ben won the sprint race, but not the main race. Speaking of Ben, he might make a move on GSM Hayden. As in the pit lane, serving his 5-second time penalty. I told you, don't ride off Fluffy for this race, and he's currently in P8 and looking to make a move on Jack. So yeah, Prodigy's top 3, sorry I skipped that. Jepro, Hayden, and then Garrison. So Garrison has to get past Ben, and with Ben and Hayden battling away, that could very much occur. Alright, I'm gonna go get my water real quick. It's only a couple seconds away. Alright, got the water. Cheers to the drivers, cheers to the viewers. Fastest lap. Jepro, he's absolutely flying. A lot of people in the pit lane. Luffy moving up to P8. And 3-second time penalty from Hayden. Prodigy, you just jinxed him way too hard, I'm sorry. Will Bass come out ahead of them? No, he won't, he's way too far back. Ben, down the outside. He's going to try going all the way round the outside. Absolutely brilliant. Side by side, he gets such good traction. Mate, don't cut across him, he's right there, mate. How can you not see him? Side by side, Ben gets ahead. Oh, full send, Jesus. Hayden, full send. Ben, switchback though, towards turn 6 now. Ooh, getting very... Oh, mate, Hayden. I think that's your penalty, I'm afraid, as Ben's just doing some lawn mowing. And Prodigy, mate, you've got the predictions bang on right now. Oh, and he's retired. That is a rage quit from Ben right there. That is a rage quit because he didn't hit the wall. He just had enough. That is, in my opinion, Hayden, you should not have turned in on him there. But the students will have a look at it. So, as I said, Luffy, do not ride him off. I told you, pitting under the safe car is the way to go. He's got no penalties to his name. And GSM Hayden has now been left for Garrison Bass, 3-second time penalty. Can't even speak. So much stuff is... Well, there's not a lot going on, but look at that radius behind. It's just ahead of ZRL Andrew, who's just ahead of Luffy. Luffy, not Lofi. And he's not on a loaf of bread, is he? Apart from that, not a lot has going on. Aqua Vivid in the pit lane for his 3rd stop. So just as I said, he's doing a 3-stop race here, which is a very rare strategy, only brought by Ferrari strategists. But he's in an Alfa Romeo, so that's interesting. As Garrison is closing in on GSM Hayden. I wonder if GSM Hayden has front wing damage. He's going to go into the pit lane, though. This is going to be very interesting with how Garrison deals with him. Oh, and Garrison gets held up a lot there. I don't know why Garrison did not pit that. I want to say at this point, people not pitting in the next couple of laps will go to the end. And just as I said, look at that, Luffy up into P5, into P4. And with a pit stop as well, I'm telling you, don't ride him off. As we'll look at gap to leader now. Look at you can see he's 15 seconds off the leader. And a pit stop around here is about 19 seconds, 20 seconds. Come on, little cheesecake. Yes, mate. GSM Hayden into the pit lane. It's going to be Jack versus GSM Hayden on the exit. Bass has retired. Has he crashed? I don't know. I think he crashed in the pit lane. Or he retired in the pit lane. Both Red Bulls out. They've had enough. The Swedes have had enough of Austria. They only go here to go skiing. And he has left the session. That is a shame. They were doing so well in qualifying and at the start. Ben has also left the session. Red Bulls are going to leave Austria, the home race, with 0 points to their name. That is a massive disappointment. As we will see Luffy on radius. At this point, I think Garrison and Jepro are going to go to the end of the race on these tires unless Jepro builds a big enough gap. Another 3-second time penalty. But it seems like we have a nice battle forming here between Hayden, Jack, ZRL Andrew, and not really Keller, but Hayden has pit. And I think ZRL Andrew has as well. Luffy losing about 5/10 a lap to the leader. Right now, the closest battle we have is Luffy on Radius. Radius making a small mistake. Aqua Vivid, 3-second time penalty. He's been absolutely nowhere in this race. 10-second time penalty. What is he doing? What? He just went straight on there. And safety car. His car's still moving. He just retired it out on track. That could be a severe penalty out on him now. That is another safety car. Everyone finishing will score points. That was stupid from Aqua Vivid. I don't know. He drove right into the wall, reduced damage, does not DNF, and then he retires out on track, causing a safety car. That will definitely be investigated by the stewards. So yeah, right when this stream started, so tomorrow you will see the Z1 race. 7:30 UK time. I will be racing in it in Albert Park. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. So just a quick plug. TikTok as well. And if you want to see any of the action live or one of the highlights while live, you can watch the ZRL TikTok and the ZRL Instagram at ZRL Racing League by pressing the big red subscribe button and the big red follow button on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at ZRL Racing League. And if you're a channel follower, make sure to support us with our Discord. Link in our TikTok down below. I hope everyone in chat enjoyed that. Check tire age. Well, tell you what, Prod, if you would have watched the entire race, you would have known that by now, but don't worry, I got you. Look at that. We got Jepro, 24 laps, he's got the oldest. Luffy, 12 laps. I told you, watch him in this race. Pitting under the first safety car was the way to go. I'm telling you, it was the way to go. So, Luffy, P2. Garrison, fresh tyres, P3. Radius, fresh tyres, P4. Hayden, still fresh tyres, P5. Jack, fresh tyres. So everyone except the leader is on fresh inters. Advantage Garrison, very much. It is advantage Garrison. Here on lap 25 out of 36, it's going to be a 10-lap sprint. At this point, Jepro is not going to pit. There's no point pitting in this race for him. Also, Prodigy, I've got bad news. I finished my glass of water. I might have to collect some water from the rain here in Austria. And Aqua Vivid was on wets. You'd expect someone with the name Aqua in his name to be good in driving in the wets. Get more water. Let's look at penalties as well then. 3 seconds, 6 seconds, 3 seconds. A lot less than I expected, so good job to you guys, lads. Look at that, the absolute warm-up. It's going to be a 10-lap, pretty much a sprint race in the wet, except that Jepro's tyres are old, Luffy's tyres are alright, and the last 2 restarts, I may not have the drink, and the last 2 restarts, Jepro absolutely bolted to Switzerland while Luffy was left, or the person in second place was left rooted to the spot. And safety car in this lap? Safety car no in this lap. How? It's going to be safety car in this lap. Look at that. Dennis. Yep, there we go. Safety car. That's why I did not get more water, Prodigy. Here we go then. Watch Garrison on this restart. He's got that fresh rubber. So it's a AlphaTauri from Aston Martin, from Williams, from a Ferrari. Hayden rounding up the top 5. Hayden's not a team. Here we go then. And Jepro, it's alright restart. Not as good as his other ones. Tyres might be fading. And look at that. If Luffy gets a great exit out of turn 1, he might be looking to make a move. Here we go. And that's not a great exit. Instead, we might have to look behind to the man, the myth, the not legend, NVT. Oh, yellow flag sector 1. And that is Killer, who is round. He's still going to get points. So, yeah. And now it's really full send from Luffy. He's trying absolutely everything he can using battery, just as Jepro. They've got like the same amount of ERS as Expert gets past Dennis. Dennis past Expert. Seems like a great battle going on back there. Jepro has been doing absolutely fantastic race. So has Garrison. They've all been consistent in their own way. Garrison, he stayed there in P3. He's done the battles. Jepro, he's just run his own race, bolted from the pack, and he's doing the exact same thing now. You can see Garrison, he might pick up his next prey. He is sighting up Luffy here. Look at that brilliant exit on those fresh into. He can't get past though. And he's used a lot of his battery. Well, Luffy has also used a lot of his battery, I must say. Oh, Luffy goes a bit wide for the second lap running, that is. Oh, and he got stuck on the curbing, meaning Radius goes through. Jason Hayden might go through as well. Down the inside. And I was just fancying Luffy. I thought he could have gone P3 there. But it's looking rather unlikely now, I must say. Oh, Jason Maiden looking to make a move. The 2 Mercedes running P6 and 7. They are glued together, I'm telling you. When one makes overtake, the other one follows through. Oh, that's Luffy going wide again. That's the second time this lap, the third time after the safety car restart. I don't know what's going on. Tyres cold, I don't think it's that. Tyres worn, I don't think it's that. But look at this Garrison. He has caught up to Jepro. Radius P3 recovering brilliantly from his very unfortunate 5-place grid penalty. Or, sorry, no, from being disqualified. After qualifying. Not a lot going on except that Xbox Expert might be looking to make a move on Dennis. Garrison dropping back a bit from Jepro. Jepro, he's not going to pit this race. He's going to go all the way through. Expert seems a lot more confident than Dennis in these conditions, but you see Dennis just gets on the power. He seems to have a lot more traction than Expert. killer. I think he will have to settle for P10 in this race. Bring home 1 point for Alpine. Garrison closing back up 1/10. Are those tires falling off the Jepro? Maybe. Could be. Ooh, radius goes wide. He's gotten the radius of that corner all messed up. Jason has got no battery. He's got 0%, mate. How have you done that? The safety car came in like 3 laps ago, really pushing to get that P3. He does have a penalty, so that might be a reason. Another reason to why he's pushing very hard. Garrison just can't close up to Jepro. He needs a penalty from Jepro, which, if I'm honest, I don't see happening. Jepro has driven a flawless race. Flawless. 0 mistakes. Oh! Radius around and into the wall. The Mercedes are going to be 5 and 6. And safety car for the 4th time in this race. And Luffy into the pit lane. 3-second time penalty. Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy here. It's going to be a 3-lap sprint. Everyone recharging the batteries. It's going to be insane. Safety car is on reduced prodigy. Yes, I don't know how this has happened. I will check though, because I don't believe so. Where do you see that? Oh, I don't see it. Never mind, safety car is on increased. I think Jack forgot to change that. Safety car is on increased. Yes, I will grab a drink. Can you tell Jack that safety car is on increased, mate? Alright, I've got my drink. Whoops, yes, that is a big whoops. Garrison has a great shot at winning the race. Who would have thought that? This is going to be quite a short safety car, I believe. It's going to be in lap 33 or 34. I think 34. Alright then. So, lap 32. Going on to 33 shortly. We have Jepro, who's led all 32 laps so far with the fastest lap he's had. He's looking on for a Grand Slam in his first race, which only 1 or 2 other people may have done, I believe. Formula 1 Owen and I think Will Andy. Garrison in P2 on those fresh inters is not going to let that happen though. Then you have Jason Hayden, ZRL Andrew, the 2 Mercedes looking quite nice in P4 and 5, just run their own race, staying consistent. Then you have Dennis in P6, Killer in P7, Luffy P8, Expert P9, and Radius P10, who's just got a penalty recently. I think safety car will be going green, so we will have a 2-lap shootout. Alright, so safety cars are on increased. It's meant to be on reduced. But it's fine. Cheers, Prodigy. I know you're in the chat. Safety car is in this lap. So, the first safety car, Jepro was defending from Ben. Second from Jason Hayden. And third, defending from Luffy. And the fourth and final safety car is going to be defending from the man who's going to be sitting in this commentary box in 24 hours, NVT Garrison or ZRT Garrison. And he's gone early once again, has Jeppo, and he's called Garrison out once again. Through the final corner then, and it's going to be a 3-lap showdown as already overtakes under safety car. What's going on here? Killer sneaks through. That's weird. You're not allowed to overtake under safety car, lads. Do you not know that? As the entire grid goes off at turn 1. Garrison looking to make a move though. This is his only chance to do it, and he knows it. Down the inside, that's a proper launch from me. There's contact. Oh, and he pushes Jepro off. Jepro comes back on the track though, and that was Garrison's only chance, I'm afraid. That was Garrison's only chance, and he's now being overtaken by Jason Hado. He has to stay in front if he wants a small chance of winning. And Jack on Expert trying to keep the Mercedes brothers together. He's falling off from P5 to P7. And what happened there? I think it happened when everyone went off at turn 1. But look at that. Penalties have racked up quite nicely, I must say. Look at that. We're going to take a look at penalties now. Look at that. 3, 6, 3. Oh, wait. Gotta look at the fight for the lead then. Matt, I can't put it on tire age now. Yeah. Alright, towards turn 1. Garrison tried it last time out. At turn 3, get caught on the cut, and that's it. Jepro's won the race. That's it for Garrison. That is it for Garrison. If Garrison makes one more mistake, he's also got a 3-second time penalty. Then ZRL Andrew is going to get a podium here. He is going to get it if he stays within 3 seconds of Jason Hayden. Look at that, Garrison. Just that 3-second time penalty. From Garrison, which ruined his chances, quite frankly speaking. As I don't see anything else happening. The gap have been neutralized. It's gonna Jack though is gonna go to P5 maybe, and Garrison goes wide again. He's pushing so hard to get that P1 on track. Final lap now. Lap 36 out of 36. Jepro has led all laps out of these 36 or 36. Goes a bit wide though, mate. Be careful. Garrison's right behind you. Look at that. Just the different lines Jepro is taking to everyone in the rain just shows how confident he is. And honestly, I want to see Jepro versus Hypes. Hypes is a quick guy, and I want to see that battle next round. As nothing is going to happen, I feel like. Through the final corner then. Through the final corner. Across the line. And it's going to be a grand slam for Jepro. Garrison P2. Jason P3. ZRL Andrew P4. Luffy P5. Never mind, that might change. Jack P5. Luffy P6. Expert P7. Dennis P8. Killer P9. P9, and radius P10. Great stuff there. Best debut ever, agreed. He's had pole. He's had every single lap of the race. And he's got the fastest lap. He deserves that race win there. Great stuff from Jepro. His home race as well. He wins it. Great stuff. Luffy77, driver of the day. And Jepro, he's done an absolutely incredible race today. Incredible race from him. He's going to win his first race in ZRL, in Z2. Finishing order then for the race. Jepro wins out in Austria and his home race. Garrison P2, Jason Hayden rounding out the top 3, and then ZRL Andrew and the other Mercedes in the form of Jack is going to win. Going to come home in P4 and P5. I don't know where we're off to next, but I'm sure it will be just as good as this one. Thank you so much for tuning into the race, and remember 7:30 tomorrow, Z1 race. And subscribe and follow to all the socials down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next Saturday. Goodbye.